Close flight dive on it.
This is twice now the Celtics have been first to the floor.
Save with Horford. Unbelievable.
Boston first to the floor. So good.
Brown fakes, fires up the three. Tatum dives on the floor. Everybody dives. Jaylen Brown with the flush. Blocked by Porzingis. He's doing it all. Tatum spinning, driving, layup. Washington drive. Blocked by White. Oh, what a block from Derek White.
Wayne Spooney here, First to the Floor podcast. USA basketball beats France and the future of basketball. Gershon Yabusele. I'm here with Jake Eisenberg. Jake, what's up, buddy?
Well, I really enjoyed getting hammered home the correct pronunciation of Yabu's name. Yabusele, not Yabusele. So,
No, I refuse.
Yeah.
I'm out on that. It's not Yabusele.
Yeah, it's Yabu. Yeah, man,
Yeah.
it was a great game, and I was saying I'm not gonna miss getting up at 4:30 or even 1 a.m. for some of the US games, but I have loved the Olympic basketball, not just the US stuff, but your Olympic basketball is not your thing.
I know I have a dump in my pants about it. Like, I get it. I know this is whack and I know it's lame, but I just can't get up for it, man. I don't know. Like, it's mostly related to the USA team because I was watching the France-Canada game and I was into that shit and it was awesome. Yeah. And it was like Canada made that super late run and France held on and the French crowd's going crazy. And I was like, this is amazing. But the USA team, it's like, if you're really good at a video game and like the computer starts coming back on you and you're like, this is fucking whack, this is bullshit, and you get in like that mode where it's like, it's not fun to win, it's just expected. That's how USA basketball feels for me. And I know it means I have a dump in my pants. And like that fourth quarter against Serbia was like basketball porn. But in my mind, I'm just thinking like, yeah, that's how it should fucking look every time Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and LeBron James and Joel Embiid are on the court and Devin Booker on the court together against Nikola Jokic and nobody else. Like, that's what it's supposed to be like. So I know I have a dump in my pants. I'm sorry, but I don't know. It's just not, I just don't love USA basketball like that.
How much of you not liking this is because LeBron James is like the Captain America of this team? That's certainly not helping. I mean, you've got him, you've got Embiid as well doing Embiid stuff. Like,
I'm a Booker hater too.
And then you wrap that up into the semifinal where Tatum was also not playing. And for Celtics fans in particular, it was like, LeBron James hate, understood. Joel Embiid hate, obviously. Jayson Tatum not playing. Like, there was a lot of reasons to like not be that into the semifinal. But objectively, I thought watching like Steph, LeBron, and KD kind of take it home in the semifinal was like pretty cool, even though I was also pissed at the same time. But today's game, I mean, and you are right, like it never really felt like they were going to lose. Even in the Serbia game, I was like, I never felt like, at that point was I like, oh, this is actually going to happen. And then they like came back. I still was like, this is still a game. They're probably still going to win. But today, there was no chance of them, or it got down to 6. Like there was a moment there where they were shitting their
5
pants.
at one point.
Yeah. It was maybe even been 3 or like because Steph hit a 3 to put him back up to 6, I think. And
yeah,
and like they were shitting the bed. Like Steph saved the day, but he was also a big part of the reason why the game got close there. Like some of like the most awful turnovers. Like it's incredible how much he's been able to win despite being someone who really struggles with bad turnovers in tight moments. It just hasn't mattered because he's able to do what he does after that.
What he did.
Is go Jayson Tatum game 6 in Philly and hit 4 threes in 3 seconds. Like it was, I mean, Steph was terrible all tournament and then went nuts in game in I was gonna say game
the semifinals.
2. I was like, yeah, that's not how it works in
game 2 of the finals.
Yeah, game 2 of the finals. It's over now. Best of 3 series, and he goes nuts. Has like 37 points, but like today, hits the three to settle them down. He's doing like the everybody calm down, and then it's just the Steph show from there. 3 threes, and then like the last one where he's like double teamed. The ball comes back to him,
insane, dude.
and he just like shoots it. Tatum was even caught on the sideline of him just being like, Tatum's probably thinking, bro, this guy's just throwing the shit into the sky and it's going in, and I can't hit a single jump shot for this entire tournament. So I can live with Steph going nuts because I don't know about you, but I always loved Steph. Him ripping our heart outs made it more difficult to then enjoy Steph Curry basketball after that. But then now winning the title, I now feel like I'm back to being able to enjoy it because we got the title. So like watching Steph go nuts. Of those like main guys, Steph, for sure I can enjoy. KD, for sure I can enjoy. I'm kind of 50-50 on LeBron. I really have softened on him in the past couple of years.
That's what he wants, Jake.
I know.
It's like what Kobe did to us.
I know.
Don't let it happen.
I know. I'm not
He
gonna
called everyone poor, and they'll never be me after he lost in 2012. Or 2011. Don't let him get away with that.
Thank you. I hate it. I think because he doesn't win anymore, so it's like he hasn't done anything. So it's like can't make me too mad.
It's the exact same thing Kobe did. Like they sucked his last couple of years, and it was like Kobe's not that bad, but he's kind of an asshole his entire career. LeBron, different type of asshole, but yeah. Okay, so me not like totally buying in on Team USA basketball. LeBron's a big part of it. Embiid's a big part of it. I'm a Booker hater. I just find him distasteful. I have no idea why. Well, it's completely irrational.
He does do this. He's kind of I'd say he's a little bit of a front runner. Like he's kind of like this like alpha shit talker guy, but has like really failed to back it up in moments. Like against the Suns where he's like talking shit to Luka all series and then just lays an egg in multiple series clinching games where Luka just like goes nuclear on him. So I get that. It's like cool. You're like this alpha Kobe,
but you're not.
Guy, but he's not really. Yeah, he's like a jump shooter. Yeah, so I get it.
Yeah, but that's I've long been a KD guy and a Steph guy because like KD, like he is what Booker thinks he is. If that makes sense, where it's just like I'll make every shot in your face. It doesn't matter. You can't guard me. So Steph going nuts, like you have to be like not interested. Even if you're not interested in basketball, you watch Steph Curry hit those last 4 threes to ice the game. Like you're out of your seat. That was awesome. That was incredible. That's probably the moment of the Olympics for me. Other than maybe Rodman's goal for the USA women soccer in the semifinal where she like cut it in stoppage time and hit it less than top bins. It was filthy, but regardless.
Okay, I didn't see that. That's awesome.
It was nasty. Check it out. But that was the moment of USA basketball, or like maybe the whole fourth quarter against Serbia too. But like when Steph's got it going like that, and that last 3, double team, steps back, flips it in the air, and I'm just like, no fucking way, and it goes down. Was absolutely incredible. So I mean, but it all kind of comes back to me for this team. It's like, was it a little harder than it should have been for them? A part of me feels that way, right? Like Serbia had them beat, and then they went 0-11 from 3 in the fourth quarter, and a lot of those were wide the fuck open threes. So part of me just thinks like you're kind of limped to the gold medal, but like they beat France today. Like France is a really good team. We've been every game like. When France played Germany, I think me and Greeny were talking like that's a coin flip, and it ended up I think it was a 4-point game by the end of it. France is a really good team. Wemby has been like hit or miss offensively, but he's been awesome defensively, and he was incredible today. And like the Yabu shit's not a meme anymore, dude.
No, dude.
Like Yabu has been fucking incredible. He can shoot it a little bit. I think defensively, he's actually solid on ball. Like he kind of contained Curry for like
and Tatum
parts of this, and Tatum for parts of this game. Off ball, he got lost a few times, which hurts. But
just switch everything, baby.
Yeah, he's an NBA player. Like to me, he's an NBA player. So I mean, this France team's really good. So it's no crime to like beat them. You know, have it be a 3-4 point game, 4 minutes left. But that's a very good win against France.
Oh, yeah. So we'll talk about the winners and losers later. I've got a take on silver medal, bronze medalists. But I don't know. Do you like the world is catching up or the world has caught up? Do you kind of buy into that? Like, There's just never going to be a way for Team USA to maximize the talent they have on the roster if they're going to just throw the team together in the summer before, like of the Olympics every year. Like you have the World Cup the year before, the A team doesn't go to that ever. And then the Team USA inevitably loses the World Cup, and then they're like, oh, we can't take this. We're America. We invented basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This is America.
Somebody's getting bombed if we lose this.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, get Obama in here, and we'll put together the A team, and then we'll win. But the other teams just have continuity, chemistry advantages, and like all of these teams are like greater than the sum of their parts, whereas the Team USA is less than the sum of their it's just less than the talent. Like if this version of Team USA had been together for even last World Cup and this year, they would just blow everybody out of the water just because of like having those extra reps. But they, I'm torn. Last Olympics, France was up in the gold medal game. USA, man, if that is it number 30 for Serbia hits that wide open three to put them up 6 with like 2 minutes to go, does the USA lose that game? And like this would be like one of the biggest losses in the history of international sports. So I think it's just semantics though. I think that the world has caught up relative to like they haven't caught all the way up. They've caught up to second place is closer than it was 20 years ago. But like the USA has to send pretty close to their A team, in my opinion, to win the gold. Like, they didn't even get close to winning the World Cup last year. And we were in the Discord, we were having a semantic argument about the C team or the B team, but like they didn't win gold in 2004 when they still had prime Tim Duncan, prime Allen Iverson, the young Melo, Wade, LeBron. Like they were missing all of the tier 1 guys, but they like prime Tim Duncan in 2004 and prime Allen Iverson, you would think is probably enough to just like win gold. But it's not.
Yeah. So I think it comes back to, for me, as far as the world catching up, like they're catching up in that I talked about this with Greeny a little bit. Like 30 years ago, it was like, hey, they have one NBA player on this roster. And now it's like Germany's all, their starting lineup is NBA players. France filled with NBA players.
Boomers.
Jayson Tatum doesn't play on this team, and he's all NBA first team. You know what I mean? It's like it's just probably never going to happen, or if it does happen, it's going to be in a very long time from now, where like it's the depth. It's Drew Holiday coming off the bench and completely changing the game. Like these other teams don't have that stuff. They're like, hey, this guy's pretty good in the German league coming off the bench,
Oops, come on.
Yeah, he was balling, man. Yeah, Voigtman or whatever that dude was, getting some offensive rebounds. So I think like the world is definitely catching up in some ways, and the world has developed stars in a way that didn't really happen in the past. But even like way back in the day, in like the early 90s, they had Petrovic, when like that Yugoslavia team, when it was like when they were all together, it was like,
dude,
Serbia.
Thank God they're not all together anymore. Then they actually might have a chance.
We'd be in fucking trouble if that was the case. But
Luka Jokic, dude.
Yeah, dude. Ooh, that's terrifying. Yeah, and Bogdan too on the wing. Holy shit. But I just think like the depth of Team USA basketball is it's kind of like soccer in like Brazil and stuff, right? It's so ingrained in the culture. Like every kid walks out and has a basketball in their hands in most of America, which is
not from what I've seen in the fucking timeouts and halftime show at these NBA games, dude. I'm like, how is everybody at these games can't make a layup? What's going on here?
I think they intentionally find people who've never dribbled a basketball. Like, I don't get it, but let me rephrase. We have 380 million people. A large percentage of that massive population plays a shit ton of basketball. And like you go to Germany, I don't think the same percentage of people are playing basketball, and they have, a quarter of our population. So it's just so ingrained in the culture in America that I think it'll be a long time before the world catches up because, like, the depth is just fucking nuts. Like, Halliburton's not touching the floor, and Halliburton would be the best player on most of these. He'd be the best player on Germany, right? Maybe Franz. Yeah.
No, it's Halliburton. It's definitely Halliburton.
Yeah.
No,
right.
you're right. I think pure talent wise, the world's not catching up when you like stack the depth all together. But like now you fast forward to 2028, and maybe we can talk about Tatum here. He got minutes. He got real minutes.
Yeah.
Steve Kerr puts Kevin Durant in the starting lineup, and I was like, okay, that now opens the door for Tatum
First
to
of
be.
all, hold on, Jake. In our Discord, in the chat with the three of us, you said, I think this is good for Tatum, but it also might not be good for Tatum.
That's how I feel all the time.
Yeah, right.
because it's good. Like it's good if Tatum actually wants to play.
Yeah.
But I think it could be bad. But it could be bad for him because the minutes are going to be hyper scrutinized, and he has no rhythm. Like he has no idea what to. And I thought it was quite evident that he didn't know how to play with this team offensively. Like he's played really well defensively, rebounding, and then offensively though, he missed a three, of course, because that's just how it goes. But yeah, 0 for 16 on jump shots for the tournament, which is really like 1.5 games of a sample size of like total jump shots. That includes threes and mid-range stuff. So nothing to worry about there. But Jason Timpf loved to tweet that one out as soon as the game was over.
He took 4 threes in 6 games. I mean, didn't
Yeah.
play, so 4
Yeah.
threes in 5 games. Like, that's fucking nothing, dude.
Yeah, it's
He takes
it's
that in
one
a
half.
quarter.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
what are we
right,
doing?
exactly, yeah.
So yeah, the sample size is so small, but like offensively, I didn't think that he had a role. It was like just go stand in the corner, and there was one. At least he hit the fucking rim this time. T in the chat, thank you. That was nice to see. But yeah, we saw. Yeah, so he was like running corner to corner offensively, and I thought there was one time where he should have cut to the rim where LeBron maybe was like had some defenders around his, on his side of the court, but he just didn't look comfortable offensively. And I think that's because he wasn't playing. And I was like, not going to be surprised if that's what it looked like. He's a guy that's used to playing every single game and playing 36 minutes a night, 40 plus minutes in the playoffs. Like he's a dude that works himself into games, into series. All of his best games as a pro have been in game like 6 and 7 of the playoffs. He gets better and better and better as time goes on. To throw him out there in like these spot minutes is just not a spot, especially when he hasn't played. And then you add like the mental, emotional side of things on top of this. It's like, I thought it was a really tough spot for him to be in.
Yeah, it was an incredibly difficult spot. He didn't look comfortable at all. I might be wrong about this, but I was paying special attention to Tatum, obviously, because we're Celtics fans. In the third quarter, I think he got 4 minutes. He did not touch the ball in the front court once. He did not touch the ball. So what's he supposed to do? Maybe that's on him a little bit, not being a little more aggressive, not coming up, not setting pick and rolls. Maybe that's coaching. I don't really know. I'm not really blaming Steve Kerr, but it just goes to show like you can't really dog him for not being in the game if when he's in the game, he's not touching the ball. He's not really asked to do anything. And I thought defensively he was fine. He got on the glass
an awesome
a little bit.
stop on Wemby in the post. And Gobert. He was doing the like, okay, Tatum, you're our fucking
the Tatum shit.
Yeah, you're the guy who's gonna defend Wemby. Like that's like, okay, yeah, I can do that so someone who hasn't played this whole time.
Yeah, exactly. And like Kerr, it's like putting him in this impossible situation where it's like you don't play him last game. So all that media buzz that came out of the first game is right back on him again. And then it's like, oh, here you go, buddy. Go play against France. And also you're going to get switched on to Wemby or that one dude 26 on I can't remember, 29 on France. That one like crazy dude.
Lesor,
yeah, who's just like a maniac. Yeah.
Dude, I think he has a contract. He was drafted by
Oh, really?
yeah. I forgot. I thought he was on the Knicks. I thought I heard Simmons mention that he was on the Knicks or something. But like,
he's a very Tibbs type of player, isn't he?
Yeah. He was cooking, dude. But yeah, I think it was both not on Tatum. Like there was a moment where KD swung the ball to Ant, and it was very obvious for Ant to swing the ball to Tatum in the corner, and KD stopped paying attention because he just assumed Ant was going to throw it to the corner, and Ant threw it back to KD, and it was an awful turnover. So like part of that, like Ant is a ball hog and does not have good, playmaking, passing instincts at this point relative to like Tatum and the rest of these guys. So that was part of it, but also it's like I rewatched Game 3 yesterday and posted Jayson Tatum highlights just to remind everybody that this guy's pretty good. And
amazing,
like you watch him and he's very active off the ball as well. Like early in the game, he sets a screen for Derek White and he rolls to the basket like a big man and finishes. Like he's setting screens and sealing people under the rim. He's setting screens and get people free off pin downs and stuff like that. He just wasn't in the game like he normally
is.
He
did nothing tonight.
Yeah.
Nothing. Like he wasn't even involved in like pin downs, setting ball screen. Like he did absolutely nothing today. It was really kind of bizarre in some ways. And like, I don't know, man, like Ant had a couple possessions where I was just like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like you're just hijacking the entire offense. But maybe that's kind of the mindset Tatum needs a little bit if he wants to show out, but he's not. I mean, I'd prefer like, you want dudes kind of playing within their role on this Team USA because you have a bunch of superstars and like somebody needs to play within their role. So, I mean, Ant's gone 4 of 10 in the last 2 games combined. He's not been amazing.
He was awful last game. Awful last game. So bad. Like a massive reason why they were down in the hole.
Yeah, for sure. And I thought, he had 2 turnovers and 2 points, like for Anthony Edwards. But, I think ultimately it's just this Olympics for USA basketball was about LeBron and Curry, and it was about Kevin Durant, and it's their last swan song. They're not going to be there in 2028. But part of me is like, well, you're also kind of alienating kind of the next group of guys who's going to be there in 2028. But I wonder if that was kind of the conversation at the beginning. It's like, it's these 3 guys. This is what it's about. Like, they're going to be the dudes. Like, sorry. Like, people are going to have to take a back seat.
And that's fine. Like, that's fine. And that was quite clear. Like, coming into this, I just was like, I'm excited for Tatum to play a small 10 to 12 minute per game.
It's perfect.
Right.
Ben's happy.
I mean, but he didn't do that. He played, and that's what's so annoying is he just dicks Tatum around, and to like, it was so easy to play this guy 10 minutes, dude. You saw it tonight. It doesn't matter. There's so much fucking, as you said, there's so much fucking talent on this team. Like to not see the shitstorm coming or to purposefully ignore it and do it to Tatum anyway when he's been a staple of Team USA, and as you said, he's going to be, as it stands right now, easily the best team on the 2028 team. And before, like Tatum would never do this because it's the type of guy that he is. And it's this whole shitstorm is kind of hilarious because he's like literally not said a word, and a bad word.
Yeah.
He
hasn't said a thing.
Nothing. He's just like, yeah, bro, it is what it is. I'm just here to help the team win, like play my role, whatever. And his dad and his mom getting after it on Twitter, and then Tatum getting roasted for that part of it as well, where it's like, he would never do it because this is the type of guy he is. He just wants to play. He's a very, affable type of guy. But like, I was thinking he's like 2028 has the world caught up, not caught up. This is going to be the first Olympics in a long, long time, unless Tatum goes up into a new level or someone emerges that's not going to have a GOAT level guy on the team. The Tokyo Olympics, you had KD like pretty close to his peak, and he's like so perfectly built for for World Cup like basketball because you've got
so
all
good.
Yeah, dude. He's when you're an elite shooter and you've got all these other guys that can create advantages, it's like you're perfect. And obviously he does a bunch of other stuff as well. And then you go back to 2012 and 2008, like you've got LeBron and all these guys, like tier 1 pantheon all-time players. You fast forward to 2028, KD, Steph, LeBron, all gone. Guys from this team, and Ant, Halliburton, Tatum is like the younger generation. Bam's still probably around, but he's not that type of player. And I love Jayson Tatum, but he's not Kevin Durant. He's not Steph Curry, and he's not LeBron James. Like, that's not the type of player that he is. So, like, can they win in 2028 with him as their best player? Probably. But you're putting yourself in a dangerous position where, like, if things don't go great, they get a hot shooting night. Jokic is still going to be smack banging his prime. We're going to have like prime Wemby with
Giannis.
Maybe Risha. Yeah, Giannis. Maybe, well, Greece sucks.
Don't say Risha Shea. Come on.
Well, I mean, your guy Alex Sarr, dude. I don't know. Sarr, Alex Coulibaly. The next generation's coming here, dude.
Bilal.
Yeah. And it's going to be like Halliburton, Anthony Edwards, Jayson Tatum, Chet Holmgren. Obviously, they're going to have a massive
Dyson
talent
Daniels on Australia, right? Gideon Dyson Daniels.
Wait till we get to the winners and losers. All right.
No, but
so I'm just saying it's a scary spot.
But you're totally right, because I also think the weird thing about the Tatum stuff that makes him unique from like Ant or Halliburton is that last Olympics he was their second best player. And now this Olympics, he's not playing. He was a second leading scorer in the Tokyo Olympics. And now he just like is unplayable, apparently. And I think that like that's got to fuck with you a little bit, man. And I know Tatum, yeah, you're right. He's not said shit. That's why he's the young GOAT. That's why he's the man, because he's not.
And that's why he didn't play.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Because Kerr knows he's not going to fucking complain. Like if Anthony Edwards doesn't play, you are going to hear about it every single time. He's going to make a joke about it, but you're going to have to deal with that bullshit. And like when Tatum doesn't play, it's just Tatum's quiet, and you know, maybe the media ask you about it, and then you just say, "Oh, I'm stupid. I didn't play Jayson Tatum. I'm sorry." You know, and then it all kind of gets breezed past. So, I just think that's why his situation's a little bit unique, because like he's already proved he can be the second best player on a gold medal team. So I don't know, man. It's all been a really bizarre experience as a Celtics fan. And then Derek White doesn't play at all when he's been amazing the entire tournament. Like, did you expect D White not to play today?
I thought when I saw the KD starting and that Himmelsbach posted the clip of Tatum getting an extended shoot around, I was like, it seems like Tatum's back in the rotation and they want size against France with Wemby and Gobert. I was like, it's not going to be like the only one that it's going to be is going to be Derek. Like it should be Ant. Derek should probably play instead of Ant. If we're going to be honest about it, Booker's been excellent, so there's no reason why he shouldn't keep playing as well. So I actually kind of did expect Derek to be the guy that didn't play today. And I like it is kind of hard to play 11 and 12 guys. I understand that, but like it should never have been Tatum. So I have this clip here. I can't find out this guy's name. Maybe you know, but it's the Player's Choice podcast. He goes viral a little bit here. I watched a bunch of their shows. They call him Chill. Didn't help me at all. So, but he had this this little rant about Tatum and like his confidence and how this can kind of fuck with a player potentially.
Even though Devin Booker was on the crew in 21, even though Kevin Durant was on the crew in 21, and he was playing with those guys, and he got busy with all of those guys. Third on the team in minutes, second in scoring. I'm a better player in 24 than what I was in 21. First team All-NBA. Better than all of these guys. Now I can't get off the bench. Why? Because we have a different guy at the helm. So with that being said, we got a coach who's different, who has a different philosophy, and screwing up a guy. Because I want to make sure we understand this. There's a thin line when you're talking about competition between confidence and failure. Very different. And when you're talking about players at this level, you get in their head, you can screw them up. 100%. That's why I'm confident that Joe Mazzulla is looking at his man on television and going, I got to get with him immediately because I can't let this happen to my guy, because this can happen to anybody.
That dude's electric. Holy shit.
Dude. Yeah. So I don't know I don't know his name. They just call him Chill. Player's Choice podcast. I hate like swipe off the Nuggets guys on that who just is the takes are disaster.
Swipe a cam or whatever.
Swipe a cam. He got flamed by Kevin Durant on Twitter yesterday, which was hilarious. But yeah, so Chill is his name, and that's you talk about lizard brain takes, dude. Like, does this experience fuck with Tatum's brain at all? Can we get Joe Mazzulla? Is Joe Mazzulla thinking, can I get Tatum to come down to the Costa Rican jungle and do what I did between losing the conference finals to the Miami Heat going into the next season, strip him down mentally and then build him back up to fix his jump shot one way?
I have the fix, Jake. I have the fix. Joe Mazzulla is coming to Morgantown, West Virginia for the first game of the college football season.
Okay.
Penn State, ranked Penn State, coming to Morgantown. Joe will be here. He's doing a Q&A session. I'm going to be there, Celtics jersey, yelling at him. We'll see what happens. I'll probably get kicked out. Bring Tatum. There is no better way to just flush your feelings, flush your confidence. It all disappears when you're walking around the tailgate right in front of the hospital because we shut the hospital down. Who needs to be healed when it's game day in Morgantown, baby? Get the beers flowing. Let's go crazy. Garrett Green, you got it, Tatum. It'll all just disappear, dude. Like the frontal lobes, gone. You don't need that. All just lizard brain. We're just feeling good.
Yeah,
we're getting over all this shit. It's game day in Morgantown. I feel like that's the only way to solve it, right?
I love it. And yeah, in the chat, JT needs some time off.
Exactly.
I think so, man. Like, he's just so hyper scrutinized. Can we get him, maybe microdose him some mushrooms beforehand as well? Just get the beers going. Just relax. Just chill.
People don't even know West Virginia exists. It's the perfect place to disappear, dude. They're like, Western Virginia? I've been to Richmond. No, different state. All right, hey, we got to move on. We got to hit prize picks real quick. No, go ahead, Jake. You got one. Prize picks.
Prize pick. Let's do it.
Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps, on Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become part of the Prize Picks community today. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into $1,000. With the finals over, the hoops action doesn't stop on Prize Picks. Women's basketball is still hitting up with stars like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese looking to make names for themselves alongside greats like Brianna Stewart and Asia Wilson. You could win up to 100 times your catch watching them ball out. I love how fun and simple the experience of playing with Prize Picks is. For the upcoming hoop schedule, I'll be looking at Caitlin Clark for more than 3.5 3-pointers made and Brianna Stewart for more than 23 points. I made my first $10 deposit and received an instant $10 bonus. If you have the skills, you can play for a shot at turning your $10 into $1,000. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks for a deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
All right, Prize Picks, check it out. It's a good time. Jake, I feel like we got to move on. It's already 33 minutes in. We said we're going to do 15-20 on game one. Or game one, Jesus, man. The finals of the Olympics. So Olympics, winners and losers, obviously basketball related. So I don't know, what you want to start us off, winner, loser, whatever. Let's just open the floor, see what happens.
Okay, just to close the book on the Tatum thing, is he a winner or a loser?
Please.
I think it's probably both, but he is now the only person, along with Michael Jordan and LeBron James, as the only players to make All NBA first team, win the title, and win a gold medal all in the same year. So I think he's kind of a loser. Not by
Agreed.
nothing that he did. He got screwed by this whole thing. They should not have brought him to the Olympics if this was the plan. Maybe if Kevin Durant never gets injured, then this doesn't happen, and the rotation is he just comes off the bench again. But I think he's a loser, based off how he got treated in this Olympics and how he got just massively flamed online for the entire time, pretty much.
I have him in my loser crowd right here. Again, agree with you. Totally not his fault, but ultimately, you come out of the finals feeling like, hey, he didn't shoot the ball, but goddamn, did he play amazing otherwise? And then this Olympics happens, and now we're thinking, is the shooting in his head? Why isn't he playing? So I think Tatum's a pretty clear loser. Let me give you a winner. I think this one's pretty obvious. Gershon Yabusele.
Oh, yes.
Dude hooped, man. He balled out. He played really well today. Like I said, he had some mix-ups on off-ball defense, but those were mix-ups where they were pick and rolls involved with Steph Curry. There's not many guys in the NBA. There's one guy in the NBA who's going to like mix you up in that way where you get in no man's land, or you're just like, oh, I won't track him from 30 feet away. Well, you got to track Steph that far away, but ultimately, Gershon was amazing. He was incredible in the semifinal game. He hung tough. He was probably France's second best player today. Maybe you could make an argument for best players. Yeah, maybe first best player. Monster offensive rebounds in the quarterfinals game late too. So I think he's a clear, I think he's in the NBA next year.
Yeah, massive winner. He has to be in the NBA if he wants to be, surely. I mean, Celtics legend Svi Mihajlovic just got a 4-year, $15 million contract with the Jazz.
Which is insane. Danny.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. But congratulations to Svi. Yabu, you're nay for the Celtics. We have got a roster spot open here. We're trying to build out just like that front court depth without Porzingis. Al Horford, Porzingis insurance. Here, last 6 seasons overseas, that includes both China and Real Madrid for Yabu. He's shooting 41.4% from 3. Now, 6 seasons sounds really good, but that actually is 437 attempts. For context, Hauser shot 465 in this season alone. So I went back and I added up all of the games from Yabu's seasons here, and 123 games, so 3.6 attempts per game, which is not nothing, not a ton, but that's like short of 3-point line. But I think he could definitely get a spot. He could definitely be valuable in that 15th roster spot for the Celtics. I wonder if he would come over though for that, or would he prefer to go somewhere where he could actually get minutes and then go from there? Hard to say. But I mean, getting Yabu back just from a meme perspective, we got this one on Twitter. You got to be on YouTube. I don't know how I can describe this one really, but it's a awesome butt on a statue with a Yabusele.
It is, I would say, a marble statue from the rear perspective of a person holding a sword and a cape in their left hand, sword in the right hand, and 2 watermelons attached to their upper rear thighs.
To their haunches.
With a Yabu jersey photoshopped on it, right? Is that fair to say?
That was pretty good. I can see it now.
Thank you. The writer, yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
Pierre extraordinaire, says Ben.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got, Jake?
Yeah, Yabu's awesome. So bronze medalists I have as winners in team contests in the Olympics. So I think it's better to win bronze than silver in a team sport at the Olympics. I'd much rather end my tournament on a win than a heartbreaking loss. Because to quote the great Ricky Bobby from Talladega Nights, if you're not first, you're last. So you may as well end your season on a W. In height, you like
that southern accent attempt was fucking beautiful. We're not first or last.
I love Ricky Bobby. I love Ricky Bobby. In high school, we played a rugby tournament between the 6 surrounding international schools when I was in high school in Singapore. And in in 11th grade, we didn't make the finals, but we won the 3rd place bronze medal match. Jubilation, big celebration. The following year, we won gold against our rival. If we would have lost that game, dude, it would have been so much worse, and I would have carried the pain for the rest of my life, literally. And so I think winning bronze medalist team, Serbia got to party for the ensuing 8 hours between their game ending and the gold medal ceremony. Look at Jokic and the boys here. Jokic shirtless, just a power belly. Got Bogdanovic.
How is that the best NBA player in the league? That
dude,
picture, dude. It's
and
insane.
Not close. He almost fell off the podium. He almost fell off the podium today, dude. He rocks up to that ceremony just tanked, having the time of his life. Bronze medalists, better than silver medalists.
I love that take. part of me is just like, in the moment, I think it's better, but in like 10 years, it's going to be like, hey, we won silver medal at 2024 Paris Olympics, right? No, you don't think so? I feel like history is like, oh shit, they were the second best team. No?
Is it though? Or is it like, there's a reason why we do the medal tally where it's golds and then total. It's not like, there's no like matrix.
that's a
It's
good
like
argument.
gold, silver, bronze. You know, you get 3 points for silver, 1 point for bronze, 5 points for gold. It's like gold and then you want to get on the podium.
gives a
Gold
fuck?
and then podium.
Yeah.
Podium, it's like podium and then not podium. So, yes.
All
Go
right.
bronze
Okay.
medalists.
I love that take. Okay. I have a loser.
Yep.
Jamal Murray.
Oh, big time.
Dude, he averaged 2.3 turnovers a game. He made 2 threes in the Olympics total. Yeah, obviously, like,
Rough.
he looked really bad. There was a comment on the Greenie and my episode on CLNS that was like, the shit you're taking away from the Olympics is all bullshit. Like, Tatum's going to be fine. Like, everybody's going to be fine. This doesn't matter.
It's like Summer League.
Yeah, right, exactly. I totally agree, except as it relates to Jamal Murray, because this is a pattern extending from the playoffs. And if I was a Nuggets fan, I'd be legitimately concerned. And I just like, he just had a month and a half, 2 months to like heal up and get better. And he looked fucking terrible, man. Like, he did not look like the same guy. And Canada needed him.
Yeah. And the Nuggets are going to need even more of Jamal Murray in the upcoming season because they've just lost KCP after losing Bruce Brown and Jeff Green in the previous offseason. So, like, as soon as you were saying that, I'm like, is it not a trend that Jayson Tatum can't shoot anymore as well then?
He'll be fine.
And
It's
he'll be
summer
fine.
league. It's fine.
He also deserved Finals MVP. So, but this is the thing. Like, Jamal Murray is very, very, very reliant on tough shot making, and that's kind of like everything for him. Like, Tatum, similar to LeBron, is not really reliant on jump shot variance. He's just not, and that's kind of the whole point of Tatum. Is like he can shoot 25% from 3 in the finals or 30% from 3 in the finals and still have an incredible impact. It's not a big deal. Jamal Murray needs to be able to separate and create enough space to make these tough shots. And if he's not able to do that the way that he was going back 2 years, then like he becomes a very different player. I'd be very concerned I'd already be concerned as a Nuggets fan. And then to see this Olympic performance from Canada, who, if you want to just do the whole country of Canada or the whole Canadian basketball organization as losers for this tournament, because coming in, everybody was like, this is the second best team. They're the only team that have a shot at beating USA for gold because they got that one guy who is an MVP candidate in Shea, and it just didn't matter at all. So great one for Jamal Murray. I thought Canada as well. Dylan Brooks as a loser is always great. Kind of touched on Serbia. I think they're winners of this tournament. But I think both a winner and a loser potentially. Josh Giddey. I thought he played I thought he played really well. And I thought, like,
Is the quote the problem?
that's the problem. It's so rough, dude. If like I mean, again, he like hard to, he made his bed a little bit with, obviously, like, check those IDs, Josh. But like for him to be crying after like getting knocked out of the Olympics and saying like he has to wait 4 more years for the next Olympics, and for that quote to now be taken out of context and now just used anytime he does anything is tough, dude. Especially, I thought that he was one of the bright spots of this Boomers team. He was really good. Like then now there's this weird perception around Josh Giddey. It's like he can't play, or he's basically, everyone's really, really down on Josh Giddey, I would say, on like NBA Twitter. Ironically, like Bill Simmons and Josh and like Zach Lowe are kind of high on the trade. But it's like, if this was any other, you liked the trade. If this was any other like 21-year-old, he's 21. And he was really good.
Dude.
Yeah, he was really good in the Olympics. Yes, he had a bunch of turnover issues. He looked like a 21-year-old out there trying to lead a team against like other really good teams.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, the quote is just tough. And I've cracked wise about Giddey.
You have
Ultimately, though, like it all went away, right? And he was exonerated. I think that's what happened. Yeah. So, I mean, part of me is like, can we really like kill him for that? I don't know. Actually, I'm just gonna step away
leave
from
it
that
alone
completely. That quote's gonna live with him for the rest of his life. You know, whatever. That's the thing. But on the court, thought Giddey was really, really good. I think he's going to be a really good NBA player. I think already his floor is like solid NBA player. He's just unique. He's just different. Because the guys with his skill sets to be super impactful, you kind of have to be a star because he needs the ball in his hands. But he showed a little bit like he was making corner threes basically the entire Olympics. So if that becomes part of his game, I think like him and Kobe White kind of can really make sense together. Who knows what's going to happen with the Bulls, though? Like that team's not made sense for, I don't know, 20 years since Jordan left.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
I guess like
1998.
the Hakeem, the Joakim
I guess
Noah
the Derrick
team.
Rose. Yeah.
Yeah, like they were
the
pretty
Derrick
good.
Rose, Joakim Noah, Luol Deng, Jimmy Butler teams made sense. But that was like a 3-year blip in an otherwise 30 years of that shit not making any goddamn sense. They still don't make any goddamn sense. But I think from a talent standpoint, like I said, it's a green. I'd rather have Giddey than 2 mid to late firsts. Like,
Totally.
At least, you know, Giddey's floor is like solid NBA player, and his upside, I think, is really, really high as a 6'7" playmaking guard.
Yeah. The shooting needs to come along for him to like to have star potential, which I guess is technically still possible because he's only 21. So it's like
Why can't he be Hallie?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
from a ceiling, like he could be Halliburton.
Well, because Hallie's like one of the greatest shooters in the league. He's like 10 attempts on like 40% on like crazy fucking difficulty. But like so I don't see a ceiling like on that level of impact. But defensively, size-wise, rebounding, obviously he provides stuff that like Halliburton doesn't. I would say like I'd be surprised can he like if he's not just like a really good sixth man, because I think he needs to have the ball in his hands if he doesn't develop the shooting. Like I'm concerned about the shooting developing just because it looks weird to me. And like he shot better. He was hitting like step back threes in this tournament, but the line being like 2 feet closer, I think makes a difference for some guys. It really does.
Dude, Schroeder is the fucking example of it making a difference for guys for sure. Like I'm totally with you. Like obviously my range doesn't extend that long. I'm money from 14 feet.
Yeah.
You get me out to 16. It's brutal, you know?
It's a big difference.
Yeah, it is, dude. It is. We got to do last ad read real quick, and then we'll jump back into another winner or loser.
Yeah.
Game time. I live in the shadow of the newest MLB sensation, Paul Skeens. He's absolutely electric. Pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates. I'm looking forward to making the hour trip up to Pittsburgh and catching a Skeens start with Game Time. Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball, which makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer it gets to the first pitch. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets. We actually just used Game Time to pick up our Summer League tickets, and I just attended a soccer game up in Pittsburgh featuring my least favorite Premier League team, Liverpool FC, all thanks to Game Time. Mo Salah, bald now. I had no idea, but he pulled the Jake Eisenberg and shaved it all off. Yep. Game Time is just super easy to navigate. You can pick up last-minute tickets. They've got flash deals where you save even more with exclusive in-app deals on select seats ahead of the game or event. Zone deals where you can save when you choose a section and let Game Time choose the actual seats. And I think my favorite feature is you toggle on all-in pricing. The price shows up the total up front, no surprises or fees at checkout. So take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CLNS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. All right, I got a winner for you, Jake.
Here we go.
Old Celtics friend, Daniel Tice.
Yeah, dude.
I thought, Tice kind of like been floating around the NBA, like sort of been like a low end rotation player on some teams on LA. I thought he was really, really solid, like really good, and just kind of one of the better bigs in the entire Olympic tournament. Just like, hey, man, I'm still around. Like, somebody give me some minutes.
Oh, dude. Daniel Tice, do these guys just get fever boosts? Like, is it just the national pride where these guys, like Patty Mills was also awesome again. He's signed somewhere, I'm pretty sure. But again, Pelicans, yeah. I think he's legit the starting center for the Pelicans right now. I don't know who else.
What happened? Oh, yeah, because JV got traded to Washington,
JV's gone.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. And Larry Nance is also gone too. So unless they make a move, because there is a Brandon Ingram trade, like that's what I'd be trying to do if I was them, is trying to trade him for a big man. That like makes sense. Yeah. But no one wants Brandon Ingram because you have to pay him lots of money or let him go. Yeah. So Tice is a great one. I mean, Steph, LeBron, and KD probably, like, you can bundle them all together, obviously, as winners for this one.
I mean, like, Steph is going to be remembered as a winner for that crazy semifinal game in the fourth quarter, but, like, he was dog shit for large portions of this Olympics. But, yeah, he's probably a winner, right?
Come on, man. He had, like, the two iconic performances in, like, the two biggest games.
I know.
And then, like, the other, it's like, yeah, that doesn't really matter. He was bad against Puerto Rico and fucking Brazil. It's not really.
Yeah, I know. You're right.
Not really.
Right.
Not really a big deal. I mean, Ant said it was awesome that Steph Curry turned up to Paris like 3 days ago. So,
damn it, Ant's likable. It's annoying.
I know it is really annoying. I just saw like NBA University tweeted like the true shooting of like all of the players, and man, Tatum 47% true shooting going all the way back to the exhibition games. So painful, dude. So
it's brutal.
Sorry to drive the stake back in. We've got to hit the overall medal tally and one
Let's do it.
Broader Olympic.
Let me just rip off a couple that I have left.
Yes, please. Go.
Isaiah Cordonier, winner, looked really solid. The French crowd, electric, winner. And then Steve Kerr, loser. People were hating on him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, big time loser. But that's all I have. All right.
Carried to another championship by
title. Yeah,
Steph Curry, Tim Duncan, Michael Jordan. This dude's got like 10 rings and a gold medal because of like he's aligned himself with the greatest fucking players in the history of the sport. Freed from Desire, great winner. The song, Mind and Senses Purified, Freed from Desire. Beautiful, beautiful song that I'm glad that they made the anthem of the Olympics. I'm not sure if this is a winner or a loser again. And another Australian thing, we'll pull up the medal tally here quickly though. Medal tally, China still number one with 39
gold medal tally.
In gold medal tallies. USA at 38. And Australia's is third in medals. It's like unbelievable. We're averaging like one gold medal per like 1.4 million people. So if we're doing per capita, Australia's like, once we get the advanced analytics, Australia is actually, one of the greatest countries in the history of Olympic sport. But the big story in Australian athletics has been the breakdancing. And do you see the clips of the Australian breakdancer?
I have not. Please show.
Okay, well, here you go, because here's 19 seconds of Reagan, I think it looks like breakdancing, dude. And to her credit, so this got linked into the Discord, and it was like, Australians, please explain yourself. Like, what is happening? And I thought, like, are these clips just taken out of context? I went back and watched all of her heats. I would fast forwarded through the full 3 hour, total breakdancing thing. And I was like, one, is it taken out of context? Two, are the other competitors also bad at breakdancing? No, everybody else is exactly what you think. Incredible breakdancing, backflips, headstands, spinning. And she's doing
rolling on the floor.
Rolling around, dude. She's just rolling around.
She looks like my kid when he's mad.
Dude. She's throwing a breakdancing tantrum. And I'm like watching this live last night with my wife, and I'm like, did she sneak in? Did she like somehow pull a Borat and convince everybody that she was a real breakdancer? And this is like part of a broader, like, the best YouTube prank in the Olympic history. But no, apparently she's a breakdancing teacher. I refuse to believe this is the best that we send. We have 18 gold medals in the Olympics across a variety of sports. Yes, swimming carries us. Girt by sea, as we've covered. But like, I refuse to believe this is our best breakdancer. I'm not sure how she fell through the cracks here, but and the uniform, she looks like she's wearing our cricket outfit. I don't know. And I don't know how.
Is she wearing a visor?
Yeah, well, just a
Hold
cat.
on.
Like, bring it back up.
All right, just
how it's.
Best part's the end where she like throws the
Yeah, dude.
like look
I just-
at the other breakdancer like got you, but
Dude.
she didn't get him at all.
She was doing this thing when the other competitor was dancing. She would like pretend to yawn, like, "Oh wow, so impressive, dude." So bad. Yeah, she did it. Yeah, she did a PhD in breakdancing apparently. But yeah, this was. She's
Sorry,
both.
I went to UMass. We have a PhD in frisbee, so
She's both an Australian icon and a stain on our history.
You know what's hilarious? She's probably gonna make like so much more money off this shit than every other breakdancer.
This is why I'm not. This is why I'm not
throw
convinced
it?
she did. That's what I'm saying. I refuse to believe she has a PhD in breakdancing and not be better than what she is. The announcers did say at one point that she did say that like there's 2 rounds and there's like 18 points that can be assigned to each round. So 18 points up for grabs, and like most rounds were like 7 to 9 or whatever the math ends up being.
18.
She lost 18-0 3 straight rounds, dude. 2-zip, 18-0, all 3 rounds. And she's just like being like, nah, this is bullshit. The judges don't know what they're talking about. And I'm like, what is going on, dude?
That's like me playing Rafa Nadal and
Yeah, dude. Yes. Like, I'm not sure. Like, and you know when you watch like some of these athletic events and it's like, oh my God, that person's so slow at running, and then you look at their time and it's like, oh, they're still like the fastest person
like
I've ever
in
seen.
The last place in the 100 meters is like fucking 11 seconds or something crazy like that. Yeah.
Like there was one, I think the slowest 100-meter time I saw was like a high 11s for the men's, and I'm like, that's pretty slow for the Olympics. But like this, by far, of every event that I watched, was like the biggest gap between like last and second last. I'm like, they just does not look like they belong in any way, shape, or form.
Shout out fucking Ray Gun. That is
Shout
so
out Ray
good,
Gun, dude.
That's amazing. I'm glad I hadn't seen it yet. All right, we should probably get the hell out of here on that note.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Jake, good to talk to you, buddy. Thanks for listening, everyone. We are out.